What's up, everybody? It's your favorite patient collector's favorite nerd, and today we are looking at the online exclusive Combiner Wars SlingShot, or whatever his name is. Yeah, he's pretty cool. So let's talk about it real quick. This is jet mode, obviously. It has the landing gear that flips down. No other landing gear to go with it. It's a repaint and maybe a retool, slight retool, but at least a repaint of Fireflight. No, I think it's just a different head. Right? Yeah. Okay, so nice paint there on the black, on the vents in there. I'm not sure why this stuff here, like on the wings, looks very nice, but they didn't follow it through. I know why they didn't do it, but it's because of the different pieces of plastic in this hinge here, and I guess it would have been more effort, but it does look slightly awkward. It does look unfinished to me. So yeah, and then this bit of business here looks good, sharp. And then underneath, we already know that that's problematic, but it doesn't bother me as much, at least that portion of it. Down there, it gets a little carried away. But yeah, all in all, not too bad. Got a little bit of paint, gold paint, got away from him there. He does come with two accessories, this gun, single cast, and then the hand-foot thing, which we'll take a look at here in a second. So to go to foot mode, it's relatively simple. We've seen it before, and God, all right. So there, you know, basically, and then to go to arm mode, you just flip this head back around, have that to the side, extend this down. I guess I gotta unplug the arms. Really tight joints, I must say, on the connection ports, which is good. Okay, so then, and then I guess this bit of business, you're supposed to do something silly like this. I don't feel like that is the best thought out, but we've already talked about that with Fireflight, so no need to really beat a dead horse. So yeah, there. And then, I'm not sure if this is his hand or not, but we'll go with it. So this is going to go on that side. So, all right, let's get it on. Drop that down in there. And yeah, that's better. It's definitely the best Combiner Wars combiner that I have messed with. You know, articulation's the same. You get this, I think we talked about it before, this ratchet, soft ratchet here, and then a clicky ratchet there, but it's not a hard ratchet there, rather, but it's not perfect. And then we got the 5-step swivel, and then mine is not wanting to stay together, and then the double hinged elbow, that all works fine. It's not good enough for me to display this way, but I do think it's fairly well done. This is what I expected when they said they were doing a combiner line. This is the level in which I thought that they would be, and so far we're 50-50. I'll look at Defensor soon and let you know about him, but yeah, it's good enough, you know, for its price point, definitely. Okay, and then to get him into robot mode, remove the hand, obviously. Turn this bit around, flip that up, head around, arms forward, and there he is. And all in all, I like this fella. Let's take a look at him. The head sculpt is so good. It's so G1. It's so, I love it. I love the head sculpt on this guy, and the paint is pretty good. It couldn't get in those nooks and crannies with the orange, but it kind of looks like it's a face, like a faceplate on top of a white bot. So I'm okay with how that turned out. The chin is fairly sharp, looks good. It's on a ball joint. You get good range of motion as far as that's concerned. Not a lot down, but everything else is fairly good. Big gap here at the at the combiner port, so that's less than ideal. Silver's clean. Silver's clean. This yellow in there is clean. Very nice. The Autobot symbol looks good as well. Shoulders are on a ratcheting hinge up and down, and then a ball peg to the actual shoulder, which gets you pretty much anything you can want. Bicep swivel at the elbow, which is on a single pin hinge, soft ratchet. Black gloves, which looks a little crazy to me, but whatever. And then we have a waist swivel that does look a little goofy when you go to an extreme angle, but you shouldn't have them in that angle anyway. What bothers me more so is this, like, I like, you know, matte and glossy breakup in the finish of paints, but right next to each other, this doesn't look right to me. You know, it's just, I wish they would have done, you know, they're both made from a black plastic. I wish they would have just, you know, made a choice and stuck with it instead of switched it up there. I love the gold in there. It did get a little sloppy on mine, but individual results may vary. The black shoes look good. No articulation beyond the T-jointed ball joints for hips. Thigh swivel, which mine is almost a little too stiff here. That's probably from that glossy coat on top of those hips. So that was probably a poor choice. And then a knee pin that gets you on a hinge about 90 degrees. So yeah, I do like this guy though, and I do think that this mold suits SlingShot a lot better than it suits Fireflight, personally. But you know, oh well, we'll look at them together. So yeah, that's the aerial bots, and all in all, they look really good together. I think that this is the best set so far, hands down. And what's funny about that is historically it's always like the most boring set, but overall they did a really good job within reason for this set and the price point. Air raid is still by far my favorite, by far. But I gotta be honest, SlingShot ain't far behind. He feels right. He feels like SlingShot. SlingShot's character is bleeding over into this toy. And that I thoroughly enjoy. As far as the negatives, I would have really liked for this to have been. As far as the negatives, you know, it's the same kind of issues, the hollowness, and then the, you know, some paint gets away from them and stuff like that. But all in all, you know, knowing what to expect at this point, this is probably the cleanest and most well executed Combiner Wars figure I have seen to date. I really can't knock it a whole lot. It feels like the character, it looks like the character, it cleans up fairly well. The jet still kind of suffers, and that obviously puts some strikes against it. I don't know, maybe it's easier for me to digest because I know what to expect, but I feel like the skinniness of this mold and kind of like the lankiness, which is something that I didn't necessarily appreciate with Fireflight, it feels really appropriate for this character. And he's one of my favorite characters. He's one of my favorite Autobots. So I kind of always liked his attitude. I like a Type A type of guy. I like a guy that thinks he can take on the world. It's my type of fella. So, with that being said, a skit.
Alright, I got nothing for a skit, so how about today we tell a joke? So, there was a guy at a urinal, and he didn't have any arms. And he was struggling. He really had to use the bathroom really bad. He's standing at the urinal, and he's struggling. He doesn't know what he's going to do. All of a sudden, another guy comes into the urinal. Now, as fate would have it, this guy that walks into the urinal, or to the bathroom rather, he has been going through a transitional period in his life, and he's ready to make a change for the better. He wants to be a better man. He wants to help his fellow man, etc., etc. So, the guy standing at the urinal with no arms says to the man with the arms, "Hey, look, I know this sounds strange, but I'm really in a pickle here, and I don't know what I'm gonna do. I don't know how I'm gonna do this, and I need to go to the bathroom really bad." So the guy in the transitional period in his life is like, "Oh, why'd you have to ask me today of all days when I'm trying to be a better person? I guess I will." So he walks over and he undoes the man's pants, and he looks in, and this guy's penis is in rough shape. There's open sores on his penis, there's patches of hair missing, it's unsightly, it's a mess, it's a train wreck, there's obviously something wrong there. So he helps him anyway, as one should do, help their fellow man, helps him go to the bathroom, puts it back away, puts his pants back on, tightens them up tight, and walks over to the sink and starts vigorously washing his hands. The man with no arms begins to walk out of the bathroom, and the man in the transitional period says, "Hey, look, I don't want to pry, but I gotta ask, what is wrong with your schlong?" And the man with no arms says, "Phew, I don't know, but I ain't touching it."
Right. So, thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Till next time, take care.